I'm gonna need you to put this thing on.
God, I hate technology. Okay, yeah, enough. Could we just put this on, please? Jesus, why are we even starting this early?
I used to think that all those people who would just hang out on street corners and yell at passersby were crazy. It's because they were missing a left turn. Look how reasonable this looks. Turn the snare up in my headphones.
My name is 𝙎𝙖 𝙛𝙚, and I operate this safe consumption site. You might know it as a bar. I, with a flourish of grandiose self-indulgence, call it a tasting room. But regardless of how you characterize it, this is a location where individuals assemble to consume the world's most lethal drug. Yet in that safe consumption site, the new Scotland Spirits tasting room, my friends and neighbors drink their alcohol responsibly, under supervision of my staff, out of view from the broader public, in an environment where their use doesn't put others in harm's way. That is why I call on Governor Hochul to immediately end her resistance to the installation and operation of overdose prevention centers here in the Capital District. Because if people struggling with drug addiction aren't injecting, inhaling, or imbibing under the supervision of clinical staff trained in response and intervention techniques, then they'll continue to do it right here on Albany streets, outside of my business, in front of your home, and all throughout our community. This message isn't for the empathetic. I'm not speaking to those who already have compassion for the neighbors or former classmates or family members in the throes of addiction. Talking to you bleeding hearts is already annoying enough as it is. No, I'm addressing those for whom it understandably might not be immediately intuitive as to why I'm promoting a safe space within which to shoot up. Here's the answer. Because we have no choice but to take reality on its terms. Doing anything else would render us just as delusional as a Lark Street burnout cooked on hallucinogens. Many of these addicts, some of whom are the very loved ones we tried but couldn't help, won't be rescued from the vice grip of drugs when they're out here on the streets. Neither the few bucks that pity compels you to give them, nor well-intentioned street-based intervention teams are going to rescue these folks. The drug-addicted brain, by operation of chemically addled cognitive deficiency, cannot wean itself off the illicit parasite that compels it to find the next fix. Their life raft, their offering, won't be found here in front of my business, where their presence and behavior drive away my customers. It'll be found in the professional and nurturing care of those who understand that there but for the grace of God go we, and who have been trained in combating addiction. I am not condoning illicit drug use. I'm not advocating that those who break the law be shielded from penal consequence. I am being a realist who, with a head yet clear enough to process the inescapable truth that not having safe consumption sites doesn't seem to be working, am calling for a new way. The governor's office, our municipal leadership, our state lawmakers and their advising legal counsel will no doubt say that safe consumption sites violate federal law. So does manufacturing, selling, and using what used to be called marijuana, but which now goes by cannabis in homage to Orwellian doublespeak. The Office of Cannabis Management seems blissfully unconcerned with its posture vis-a-vis the Controlled Substances Act. So let's dispense with the fiction that there isn't a way to get the users off our streets and into the arms of clinicians resourced to provide a chance at salvation. Unless you're advocating for the introduction of a Hollywood-style annual purge And don't threaten me with a good time, by the way. The reality is that although addiction will never be eradicated, it can be relocated to safe consumption sites. For many people, the first step to rescue and rehabilitation. America's experiment with prohibition failed. That tasting room behind me is the legacy of that disastrous experiment. And frankly, seems to work pretty well. So pick your turn of phrase. Don't reinvent the wheel. Don't fix what ain't broke. If people are going to do drugs, let's give them a place other than our neighborhood and our neighborhood sidewalks. The template is right behind me. And we're now offering trivia night drink specials every Sunday. Vote Jesse Summer, President of Albany's Common Council. Thank you, everybody.